What is up? Thank you for coming to my channel, Prison POV. Shout out to the joiners. Shout out to the point of view crew. And wait right there. Let's just back it up a little tiny bit. Let's go like this. Shout out to the joiners. The joiners, I've come to realize, perhaps I've always known, the joiners are like the backbone of the channel. Man, I would love if every last one of you guys was a joiner and found it in your heart and said, you know what? I'm going to kick Splinter $3 a month. Now, of course, if that was going to happen and you're going to get $3 a month and join and be a member, I have a part to play. I have a role to play in that. You know, I can't play hide and go seek, upload one video a week and just never come by and say thanks for $3. Good looking out. Never that, brother. I want to, I intend to, and I look forward to doing my part. And as you can see, last week I started off real good, uploaded 3 videos. I'm like, I'm going to make a habit of this. Video every day, every other, and guess what? I got throwed. Now, I try to be solid as a rock, unmovable. Nothing can shake me and throw me off my course. That's not the case. I could be an emotional little biatch once in a while, bro. Sometimes something can get a hold of me and just throw me all the way off my mission. You know what happened just a couple days ago? I came to find out, snarf, I got denied my workman's comp claim. They denied me. That threw me for a loop. And the bad part about it is, they denied me based on deceit. It'd be one thing if they came correct and if they came real with facts and truth and said, we denied you and this is why. But no, it's just, we denied you and this is why. Straight lies. The lies up in here. Dude, that did me dirty. It hurt me. But I got to push forward, brother. And you know what made me feel a lot better? Is when Bojack and his old lady came through Kern County and gave me this shirt. Shout out to Bojack and his old lady. Shout out to Okieville. They gave me this shirt. I love it, brother. The shirt says, if you're going to come for the king, don't miss. Man, if that isn't like an inspiration for a story right there. How many stories do I know that go along the lines of, if you're going to go for the king, don't miss. Bro, you usually have one shot at that. On the real though, brother, shout out to Bojack and his old lady for coming through. Dude, they could have just rode right through Bakersfield and not stopped and not said hi, bye, kiss my ass, nothing. Just kept on and trucking, handling their business. But no, they came through Bakersfield. They know old Splint and Dizzle, slim and trim like a bicycle rim, is around here somewhere. Probably they called me. We hooked it on up. We met them right at the store. Gave me this shirt. Gave me some rock stars. Much love. Friends for life. I love those people. Let's get on with this video right here. Let me tell you about something that happens in prison. I'm not going to say it's common, but it's definitely not uncommon. And I can't say that I've actually seen it, but I've seen the effects of it. I've seen the result of it. And that would be lifers. It usually pertains to lifers. You'll have some dude that's a lifer, and he will unalive his cellie. He will murk his cellie just because he wants to live alone for the rest of his life. Imagine that. Now, if you were to take your cellie's wind, unalive him, homeboy, make him yesterday's news, the CDCR is not going to give you a cellie. I mean, duh, because the last one you had, they had to go bury 6 foot deep. So, dude, if you murk your cellie, they won't give you one. So then some people who are doing life are like, do I want to live alone in my own cell, my own little 1-bedroom studio apartment right here with bathroom included? Or do I want to live with some dude crammed up my ass the rest of my life, having to smell his stinky ass farts and look at his, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. Fill in the blank what you don't like about your cellie. Many things not like about a cellie, especially if you're doing life, man. And there's constant person's right there. I mean, I've had some great cellies I got along with, and even them, I'd be like, dude, I don't think I'd want to live with them for the rest of my damn life. I'd get burned out on people, homeboy. And dude, such is life, and that's why people have murked their cellies, dog, so they don't have to have one. Trip on this. When I was in O-Wing, the hole of Soledad, after you do your hold time, they kick you back out to the yard. So I did my whole time in Owing Soledad, and it kicked me back out to North Yard Level 3, but there wasn't a cell ready for me. But they got to get you out of the hole. They can't keep you there. Say, move me and put me in Central. Lock me in a cell with this dude. And one of the first things he says to me is, bro, I'm not supposed to have a cellie because I unalied mine like 10 years ago, he says. And he was mad about it. He's like, I'm not supposed to have a cellie. I don't want a cellie. The last cellie I had got buried 6 feet deep. There's no one that should be in my cell with me. And I'm like, well, my name's Splinter. I'm only going to be here a couple of days. I'm going to stay all the way out of your hair, and I make a mean peckerwood pie if you want to bite. I mean, let's talk, or hey, no, let's not talk. I'll give you your space. Let's be friends if you want to be friends or not. But hey, I'll be out of here, bro. Don't even start tripping on me. But dude, he did not want to have a cellie, homeboy. And to even go one step beyond it, the whole I don't want to have a cellie thing, this dude's last name was Raper. And he was a little bit of a J-cat. His name was Raper, his last name, not his first name. And he would get so pissed off because the cops would come to the door and they'd beat on him when they're handing out mail. My last name's Burton. They'd be like, Burton, give me my mail. Then be like, Raper. He'd say, quit saying that to me. Don't talk to me like that. And they're just like, we're giving you your mail. But no, they knew that it bugged him. And they did it big time. He did not like anybody calling him by his last name. Dude, he would throw his cards away. He didn't want to have his card. Imagine your picture ID, and it says Raper across the bottom. What a crazy last name to have in prison. One time he's sleeping, the bottom rack. I'm up walking the floor doing some push-ups. Cops come to the door and they say, hey, get Raper's attention for me. I said, dude, there's no one by that name in this cell. Keep him moving, copper. I am definitely not going to wake that dude up. I'm definitely not going to say, hey, Raper. No, let's just drop it right here. But that dude got his cellie so he could live alone. And then they put a guy in there in his cell with them. It happened to be me. Dude, I was there for a couple of days. I slept with my eyes open. And I felt sorry for the dude who moved in after me. That dude was unstable, homeboy. And he kept telling me, like, I shouldn't have a cellie. I don't want a cellie. I took care of the last cellie I had. So it would avoid any future cellies. And I'm like, gulp. But homeboy, you know what I mean? Let's talk about Jaime Osuns. Mine as well. Because I named the video after him. And he happens to be in the thumbnail as well. But what can we say about Jaime Osuns? How much do you know? Do we need a refresher? Because I don't really want to talk about his whole case all that much. What I want to do, though, is talk about some falsehoods. I want to talk about some things that they said happened, but that did not happen. First, let's just say, this dude's known for some crazy things. He's from Kern County, Bakersfield. He's known for having his face all tattooed crazy, all blasted full blast. He caught his term for being in a motel room and doing some weird shit to this chick. He ended up unaliving her, but staying in the room for a couple days with the body and just doing God knows what. And so he goes to prison and he's PC. Now, I don't know if he was already a PC before he did that, but I know that crime certainly would make him one. Now, I met him on the streets before that crime happened. And he projected that he was an active individual. He tried to come across as someone who was very active, and he tried to come across a badass. The thing is, he's 5'2", 5'3" inches tall. I don't care how crazy you look. I don't care how tough. I don't care how much of a badass. It's kind of hard to come across as that badass that you may or may not be when you're 5'2" or 5'3". But I gave him his respect. But homie, I knew him from the streets, dog. Next thing I know, I seen on the news, he did that weirdo shit. And they ended up putting him in prison. Now let's talk about the falsehoods. Oh, another thing he's known for, before I get too far, is what he did to his cellie. That's what we're talking about right here, right now. He murked his cellie, but not only did he murk him, not only did he unalive him, dude, he took him apart. Took off a finger, took out an eyeball, took off his whole head. Gnarly. Now, I don't know why he did all that. I mean, I certainly can't relate, but I want to address the fact that the story's thrown out there. One of the details is that, hey, he did that with a state razor. They will tell you, if you look it up and you hear the story and you go read the articles or talk to whoever knows, they will say, dude, Jaime Osuns did all that to his cellie with a state razor. They're saying a shaving razor like this. What they'll do is you'll get one of these, the cops issue them out, you shave, and you take some fingernail clippers and you cut the plastic, and now you have the razor blade out of here. And he has supposedly done all that damage to his cellie with a razor. Bullshit! I call BS. There ain't no damn way. Because those things, dude, are dull from Jump Street. When you get in there dull, like the first time you shave with them, you're like, ow. Think about it. The prison, the CDCR, buys them in bulk. They probably buy like 1,000,000 of them at a time. They probably pay 2 cents a piece for them from Taiwan. You get them in their dull. There's no way you cut the plastic, pulled the thing out, and just beheaded somebody. Hell to the no. Because, brother, my cellie Stretch from Fresno. I'm going to call him Stretch because he would always do this. That's one of his workouts. He would stretch a lot. Hey, Stretch from Fresno put in some work on the yard and broke his hand. He broke his hand. Had the cast on, hated the cast, did not want the cast on anymore, said, Splinter, help me take it off. So we had a couple of the little state razor things. So we took out of the shaver, had some of those. And his cast, I tried just cutting this part. This is the part I try to cut. It's just about this much cast from here to here. And I was there for hours with one of those straight razors. Slice, 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 flip it around, use this side now, put it down, pick this one up. Okay, we got another one that's making it get that. This one now, it's getting dull, flip it, try this one. I had about 3 of them. I wore out both sides. I couldn't get any traction, momentum. I couldn't cut the damn cast off with those stupid razors. But you know what we decided to do? Like, duh. We're like, let's get it wet. Let's get the cast wet in the sink. And sure enough, as soon as we got it wet, the damn thing fell off. But bro, I sat there for 4 hours trying to cut this part, and I got nowhere. And you're going to tell me that Jaime Osuns removed a whole head with the thing and take a lung out and cut off a finger? I mean, I'm not a doctor, nor do I play one on TV, but I'm quite sure there's many things in the neck. I mean, I don't know, hello, the spine. There's got to be some tough things that a razor blade ain't going to quite cut through. But I think the reason why they throw that narrative out there is because the cops are like, the correctional officers, like, we never found a weapon. We probably hooped it. Maybe he shot down the tear. Maybe he ate it. Who knows what happened to it. But just because you didn't find it doesn't mean it wasn't there. Now, another falsehood that they will throw out about Jaime Osuns. They will try to say that he got that dude putting in work. See, he was by himself in a single cell waiting on a cellie. And I heard it said that he said to the prison guards, hey, give me a chomo. Give me some rapo. Give me someone who put his hands. Give me somebody who has put their hands where it shouldn't be. Touch somebody who didn't want to be touched. One of those sickos. Give me one of those so I could put work in on it. I call BS on that too. Oh, Jaime Osuns ain't trying to put in no work. He's a PC. And dude, Jamie put his hands where they're not supposed to be. What do you mean? Now all of a sudden he's trying to put in work on bad people? Dude, you're a bad person. You're a PC in there. You ate your cellie's liver. And you're trying to, some people are trying to convince me they wanted to put in work and take a bad person off the yard. And besides, the guy that he got wasn't some chomo weird rapo. He was there for a 187, the 2nd degree. He's PC, messed up somewhere along the lines, but I'm telling you, I know why Jaime Osuns got his cellie. I know why. Because Jaime Osuns didn't want a cellie. That's why. And he knew that if he got his, they wouldn't give him one no more. And then he went full blast on it, you know, the head off, the lung out, the finger off, the eye, and then he took the kidney and he made a sandwich out of it, did all kinds of weird stuff. I just think he's trying to put too much on it. I think a lot of it is an act. But I know he didn't do it with a state razor, and I know he didn't do it trying to put in work. I'm telling you, that dude did that so he wouldn't have to have a cellie. His little 5'2" ass ain't trying to live with nobody. But dude, who would want to live with him anyway? So bro, that's my interpretation of the facts. But trip on this. When I was at Corcoran, 3B, the dude who had the yard, no, not the yard. Corcoran 3B, the guy who had my building from Sacramento. This dude was buff, homeboy, and all he ever did was run. He would run laps and laps and laps around the track, every single yard. Dude, he would start running when yard opened, and he wouldn't stop till yard was closed. And yet, his whole upper body was buff, and he was cut up. I mean, I don't know if he did push-ups and curls and all that in his cell. Perhaps he did. I only seen him run, bro. And I'm like, damn, that running will get you that buff? Dude was buff, and he was with the business. And you know what he did? I murked his cellie back in the day because he didn't want one. told me the story or walking a lap. He was running one day. I said, hey, slow down, let's talk. I was trying to score some gotcha off him. We made a deal. And he's like, yeah, dude. He's like, look, man, my cellie, he was an all right guy, he said. But he got on my nerves real bad when he drank. And he goes, dude, I was just to the point, man, I'm a lifer. I don't want to live with nobody no more. People get on my nerves. I'm going to live by myself. So he said he got a big batch of wine, made a big batch of wine. He said he didn't really drink that much, just a little bit. Mostly got his cellie nice and hammered, let him drink all the wine. And when he got drunk and he started getting annoying, dude who I'm talking about from SAC, let her rip on him. Bro, unalived him, murked him, took his breath. Why? Because he didn't want to have a cellie no more. Got rid of that fool. This dude was a straight up business too. And another thing though, he got in trouble a couple times. Because there's a dude named Oatmeal. Now, they had to do removal on this dude from IE because he had this a receipt. It was a money order receipt. And what it is, he would make some transactions on the yard. He'd be like, my people sent the money. Here's the receipt. He'd go down the tier, do another transaction. My people sent the money. Here's the receipt. He'd show that same receipt to like 10 different people. And, that'll work for a little while. Eventually, it catches up to you. They had him removed, and they had some dude named Oatmeal do it. Oatmeal is one of the dudes that rushed up on dude from IE, beat him up, homeboy, removed him, got him off the yard. But dude, the day Oatmeal came back from the hole, he did his little 90 days in the hole, whatever it was for the battery. They sent Oatmeal back to our yard. That very day, the dude who I'm talking about, who don't have a cellie because he took care of his ass years ago, sent Oatmeal on another mission. And now he's already back in the hole, and people were pissed like, bro, why'd you send Oatmeal back to the hole already? He just got out. Couldn't you have found somebody else to do this battery? But dude, they were talking a lot of shit, but you know what? They weren't confronting him. They weren't telling the dude who had the building, like, why'd you do that to Oatmeal? They were talking amongst each other. Dude, that was fucked up. He did that to Oatmeal. And I remember thinking, why don't they confront him? Because, hey, why cry over spilt milk? Oatmeal is already gone. But I'll tell you another cold move. He had someone removed. This one dude said that all of a sudden that he had homeboys. He said that the big homeboys, the brand and the shoe, that he had an open line of communication with them. He said, shh, I can't tell you what it is. Don't ask me how, but I have an open line of communication with the brand and the Corcoran shoe. Now, we're at Corcoran State Prison, 3B, homeboy, but that's not the Corcoran shoe. You can't get over there to the Corcoran shoe. I mean, it's two different, both called Corcoran, but doesn't mean they're close. Corcoran shoes are by the kitchen, blah, blah, blah. I guess you have to be there. There's no open line of communication. Dude said he had one, though. He said, give me some Garaga, and I'm going to give it to him. And they said, okay. They filled a chapstick cap full. Said, here, get that to him through your open line of communication. He goes, all right, cool, bet. Put it in his pocket. And they waited like a couple hours and said, let us have that back. We're going to put more in there. And when he gave it back, it was half gone. He dipped into it. What an idiot, homeboy. So, dude, he was marked for removal. He got that ass he was sitting on a bench like this, and someone walked by and he just went, I see my head. And you just seen his legs up in there like this, dog. For the longest. Knocked out with his legs up in the air. And that's not the first time I've seen that one either. I say all that to say this. There's people out there that are, bro, cold-blooded, homeboy. Only care about themselves. They will straight up murk someone just to get them out of there so they can live alone. Think about that for a second. Like I said, I never seen it done, but I've seen the outcome of it. I've seen people live in single cells like, hey, homeboy, how come you can't have a cellie? Mine passed away a few years ago. You know what I mean? Dude, it happens. Prison is a dangerous place. And with that being said, I'm going to cut the string, let her fly. Peace. Join up, homeboy. Join up.